In today's video, I'm going to show you how Hans Niemann lost in just 12 moves against Shamsiddin Vokhidov. This match was played in the World Rapid Championship 2022, and here is how Hans lost the match. Hans started the game with the queen's pawn opening. Black replied with knight to f6, taking control of the light center squares. White played knight to c3, taking control of the same center squares. And now black played d5, strengthening the control of the e4 square. White played bishop to f4, strengthening his control of the e5 square. And here black played c5, attacking white's center and thereby undermining the control of this e5 square. Now though this pawn is undefended, but white cannot take this pawn, because if he does, let's say he takes a pawn, then black can now play d4, attacking white's knight. The white cannot go to any of these two squares because it will get captured, and if it decides to come on either one of these squares, let's say he comes to this square, then black can play a forking move with his queen, attacking the king as well as this knight, and the knight cannot come on this square because this square is under our pawn's control, so white will lose his knight. Let's go back a few moves. So that is why white cannot capture this free pawn over here. So what did white play instead? White played e4, attacking the center and black's d5 pawn. Here black took the pawn with his knight, white takes back the knight, black recaptures with his pawn, and now white decided to capture the c pawn with his d pawn. And here black played queen to a5, forking white's pieces. White blocked the check with his c pawn, and now black captures the free pawn. And now white forked black's pieces with queen a4 check. The king is under attack as well as the queen is attacking this unprotected pawn. White blocked the check by playing a developing move, knight to c6. White takes the pawn, and now we have reached a position where the game is still equal. So black decided to quickly castle on the king's side and develop his dark squared bishop by fianchettoing on the g7 square. So black played g6, preparing to fianchetto. White plays a normal developing move, which is knight to f3. Black fianchettos his bishop, and here white played bishop e2. And this move, ladies and gentlemen, is a blunder, because this move gives a winning position to black. So can you find out the winning move for black in this situation? Go ahead and pause the video. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to think, but if you want more time, feel free to pause the video. So the reason why this move is a blunder, because black just fianchettoed his bishop, although black is preparing to castle, but while he got his bishop to the g7 square, this bishop was eyeing the c3 pawn. So black can now capture this c3 pawn, sacrificing his bishop. If white takes, then black takes back with his queen, forking white's king as well as this undefended rook. If white blocks the check, then the rook is gone. And this is a complete winning position for black. Let's go back a few moves. So definitely white cannot take this bishop. So Hans decided to block this check with his knight. White is already down a pawn, and now black attacks white's queen with bishop to f5. And here is the moment when Hans resigned. And the reason why he resigned is because if he plays queen f3, then white is losing another pawn, and this would be a complete winning position for black with 2 pawns up in the game. Let's go back. Also, any other queen move on the board will not help to protect this pawn. So this pawn is definitely falling and white is losing the game. If the queen comes on this square, then black queen can capture white's. White will capture back, and now the b pawn falls. Let's go back. If the queen comes on this square, then the same thing happens, and if the queen decides to come on this square, then the b pawn is gone anyway. So since white is unable to defend the fall of another pawn in the game, and he would be 2 pawns down against a strong opponent, Hans decided to resign the game. If you enjoyed watching this video, then do hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. And now is the time for the question of the day. Here, black has just fianchettoed his bishop on the g7 square, and now it is white's turn to play. So what should white play? Should white play bishop e2, or should he play bishop to c4? What would be the correct move out of these two moves? Let me know your answers in the comments box, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep learning, keep practicing. Also, do not forget to join to the membership program of this channel.